What's up, guys and girls? So she's all wet sanded now. We're on to the next weekend. This is Saturday the 20th of January. I just want to talk a little bit about body work in general. We didn't do videos for the beginning of this car with the patch panels and all the body work that was already done, but people really underestimate what it takes to make a car look good, to really do body work and paint and get a car to its best self. There's a lot of time involved, a lot. After I stopped taping last week, I wet sanded most of the car, but then some stuff came up and I had to run. So I probably put maybe 3 hours in wet sanding last weekend, and then I could have spent an hour every night this week wet sanding and cleaning and stuff, and I probably would have been a lot farther ahead than I am right now, but again, so is life. I probably spent an hour wet sanding today, and then another hour and a half or so cleaning, wiping all the residue off from wet sanding. As you can see, it's fairly clean right now. It could use another good cleaning, but I'm not really that worried about it right now. I'll clean it really good right before I spray. But now I'm at the point where I need to start taping everything off so that I can spray the next coat of epoxy primer, because this thing sat so long. Got my blue tape, some plastic here, and a couple rolls of paper. This is good for covering windows and stuff. I mean, you can do it with newspaper. People have been doing it for years with newspaper. If anybody still gets the newspaper, I know that's kind of a rarity nowadays, but you can get this stuff at Home Depot or Lowe's, or your local hardware store might have it, and maybe a smaller roll like this one here. I've had that roll for years and years and years, so I mean, you buy one roll of this, you're good. I mean, it's a little pricey, but it's not too bad. But the big roll is nice because you can pretty much cover a windshield or back window in one shot, where that green one I gotta use too. Plastic I use for engine compartment, trunk compartment, stuff like that. And then again, I'll use the paper inside the door jamb here. I sanded the whole outside of the car, wet sanded it. Door jambs inside the trunk and stuff, I just use Scotch-Brite, scuff it up quick to get to a little tooth so the paint will stick to it. When you take your car to a body shop and they give you the price tag of what it's going to cost to fix it or paint it or whatnot, and you almost have a heart attack, that's because of the amount of work that it takes to do a job like that. And people don't understand at all what is involved. And I've been doing it for a few years now, and it is not fun. Body work is not sanding and filler and scratch putty. It's not fun. The final product is fun. Creating something awesome is always fun and satisfying. You know, when you're done with it, people just, stop you on the street and tell you how awesome your car is, or you're at the gas station, or man, that car's sweet, or car show, whatever happens after the fact. But that part's worth it. But man, you put a lot of hours in doing this kind of stuff. So just be prepared if you're gonna go start a project for the amount of work that's involved. Yeah, you could scuff a car down quick and just throw a coat of paint on it like you saw in my Rust-Oleum, custom Rust-Oleum paint job video with the race car there. Yeah, you could do that. If your car's not super nice and you just want to paint it up quick, make it look cool, you could go that route and just, paint a car on the cheap, make it look pretty good. Not do a whole lot of body work. I did very minimal body work on that car. There was a couple dents and dings that I, banged out and put some putty on and smoothed out quick. And on the roof where I had to cut it and weld the roll cage. But you can go that route. But if you're really looking to do something nice, it takes a ton of time. I mean, take what you think it's gonna take to do it and multiply it times 4, and you might be close to how long it's gonna take to do that kind of body work. I'm gonna combine Saturday and Sunday in this video because there's just a lot going on this weekend. We had a good friend pass away, so my wife's out taking care of some stuff for that. And I actually have the Rallycross banquet tonight. The girl who runs it sent me a message and told me that apparently I'm getting an award for something. I don't know, fastest pile of junk maybe. So I got that tonight, so I'll be cutting out in the garage early a little bit today to go take care of some stuff in the house for the babysitter to come and get cleaned up so I can go to that. And then tomorrow I am probably going to go pick up a special project that I'm going to do just for the YouTube viewers. I'm going to do a little series on a budget build. A budget vehicle that has cheap parts for upgrades and stuff, and is just overall a good vehicle for someone to start with that wants to get into cars. Just the budget of budget vehicles. Something fun with lots of possibilities that you could run with and do different things with. I'm going to look at it tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to keep it a little secret. I may or may not pick it up. See, here in New York, it's tough buying vehicles because I live in the Rust Belt. With salt on the roads. I mean, I gotta go look, make sure the frame on it is solid and that the running gear and everything is in pretty good shape. I know the body's rusty, but that's going to be part of the whole budget thing. Is you buy a vehicle that's a little bit rough, you pay a little bit less for it. This one happens to have a blown head gasket, so it's even cheaper. But again, for someone who's trying to get into cars, has some interest, buying a vehicle that has a little bit of something wrong with it is a good way to start. Maybe a head gasket's too much to take on, but we'll discuss that if I buy the vehicle tomorrow. I'm going to look at it. So we'll see. But just keep in mind, I'm looking for a project that I'm going to start a series on YouTube. There'll be this vehicle will be covered from the time I buy it, all through everything we do to it. I'm going to show you how to get the parts for cheap, where to get the parts for cheap, how to put them on the vehicle. So stay tuned for that. If I get some decent time out here tomorrow, I don't know that I will. I'll add it to this video, and we'll have a nice long video. Well, I don't know about nice long, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I'm going to tape this car up. So maybe I'll chime back in a little bit when I get some tape on this thing, show you what I did today, and continue it on tomorrow. Alright, I got the front taped off here. Figured I'd just kind of show it to you guys quick what I did. So there's that paper I was talking about. One sheet. I just kind of trimmed it quick with my knife around the windshield and tucked it on top of the plastic under the hood. So nice and easy. Now you see what I mean by how easy it is, man. If you had to put a bunch of pieces of newspaper, it would take you forever to tape that all up solid. This windshield's actually got a crack in it, so I kind of quick taped it on the edges. Didn't really worry about it because it needs to be replaced anyway. I mean, I didn't even have to paper it technically, but I kind of want to be able to see out the windshield for a little while till I actually get a new windshield put in, which will be, after everything's done. But taped the plastic in here. I painted the motor compartment all black, so we actually taped it off. The inner fenders are black. The outside of the car will be white. So, I mean, otherwise you would have painted the inner fenders the same color as the car, put them in after the fact. But anyways, plastic's all over the motor, and then I actually just tucked it in around the nose piece, and I was able to pull it out the front and cover all this. Now this will all actually, I mean, once you put the headlight buckets and stuff in, you're not actually going to see any of that stuff, even behind the grill. But because the grill's black, the car's white, I don't really want all that to be white. You'll see it through the grill, it'll just look silly. So it's already painted black. We just kind of pulled it out and tucked it and taped it so it doesn't blow out when I hit it with the paint gun. So that's as far as I'm at right now, but just to show you how quick and easy it was. From the last section of tape, me videoing, to now is probably 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Just getting it taped off. Alright. All taped up. Well, except for the back window. We got the doors taped up, the insides here taped up. Threw a sheet in here, just kind of direct the paint away from the trunk. The fun part about changing the color of a car is you get to paint all the jams. Doors, trunk, behind the taillight here, because that's where the gas fill is, so there's a door that opens up, so all this has to be painted. Good times. I'll have to put some tape on this, but we kind of taped over the top of the bumper and the wiring and stuff just to keep the paint kind of sort of off of it. A lot of this will be covered by... So, yeah. Anyways, I got a phone call in the middle of that video. I don't know if it even saved, but... So, yeah, taped up. This is the driver's side, front. I showed you the plastic and stuff up there. I gotta do the back window, but, again, I'll use a sheet just like I did on the front. It'll take 2 minutes. Getting there. Still gotta tape up the wheel wells, because everything in there is black. And there's, the inner fenders on the front. The back I probably won't do. The back I'll probably just throw a sheet over the rear axle. I'm gonna take the wheels off and put it up on jack stands so I can get down low and get all under the rockers and everything when I spray it. So the wheels will be off. It should be sitting on jack stands when it's actually time to spray. But that's it. All kinds of fun. That's enough for today. Moving vehicles today. Got get stuff done.
Do this shit every day.
Yep.
Like a boss.
Don't worry about the trailer. Now we move the second piece of shit. Excuse me. Alright. And the owner's not even here to fucking help. Figures.